And good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today's April the 10th, 2012, and this is my second video. I think I'm doing a video every Tuesday and Friday, just talk what's going on. Today, I'm gonna talk about what happened to me on Sunday. Sunday is my Oprah Winfrey's live class day and her next chapter. And this Sunday, she had two pastors, one with Joel Osteen with his mega church out of Houston, Texas, and Bishop T.D. Jakes out of his mega church, the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas. What I found it interesting is she asked both of them the same question: is do they think that gay is a sin? And both of them gave pretty much the same answer. Um, when they said they believe that they have to go what the Bible says, and that the Bible says that it is a sin, but also they also say that they also welcome all people, and that just because it is a sin doesn't mean that they can't be Christian. Of course, everyone's has was born into sin, and they didn't go into much more further than that. Um, and I think the reason why that the church is coming around. At least they didn't say that the gay population isn't welcome at the church. At least they said that it is welcome. So that is some good progress. And what I found it considering though is that I'm not sure about the Joel Osteen church, but I know the Potter's House is an HIV/AIDS counseling clinic there at the Potter's House, which I found is kind of sort of interesting. The HIV population has a large gay population, and how effective they can be in counseling someone who's HIV positive if they consider being gay a sin. So that was my questions out to them. How can they separate the sin from being HIV positive, and how they can actually counsel someone differently as being HIV/AIDS counseling center versus them considering being gay as a sin. But that is what it is. Also, because I'm not sure. I would actually my preference would be going to a smaller church because I believe that you actually learn more about yourself and about your spirituality and about Jesus at a smaller church versus a larger church. I've seen both churches have a large entertainment value and not so much as a networking value because there's too huge of a population to actually meet one on one with anyone in the counseling, profession. They might have a quick counseling session here and there as far as actually meeting the preacher, as I mean meeting Joel or Bishop Jakes. So that's my thing. I think, people go to the big mega churches to be entertained, basically. So I just know what y'all feel. Do you actually go to a mega church to be entertained, or do you actually go to for the sermon, which is also an entertainment in itself, because you see the kids running around, um, you know, haphazard. There was a YouTube video one time where the kids were just waiting to actually be able to the point where they can just run around the church and get their extra energy out. There's like plenty of entertainment value in the mega churches today. But again, on Monday, she had Bishop Jakes back onto her life tour, which I thought was very interesting because it was about developing your purpose in life. And my first reaction I sent to her is, it's hard to develop that sort of seminar in just 1 hour. Especially with with Bishop Jakes, and then she has her Skype guest, and then she has herself speaking. And but one of the things that Bishop Jakes came out was, you to find your purpose, you have to follow your passion, and that's good to a certain extent. But I think is what happens when your passions and your purpose conflict with your financial situations, because all purposes and all passions is not going to sustain your financial situation. So there has to be some type of balance between your passion, your purpose, and your career and your work. And if you can actually can have work, so you have to. There's a way they need to express more on how to find that uh, go between what your passion is, what your purpose is, and your financial situation. So I'd like to hear whatever else you think about it. How do you um, balance that at the time? With me myself, I have no problem saying that I am HIV positive with full blown AIDS and diabetic, and so I have a hard time actually keeping a job because sometimes I'll get these pains in my hands and feet where and and just tiredness where I actually don't feel like working physically. And so yeah, I've tried working part-time jobs, and that works for a while until it's because of these hours. You have to have set certain hours, and then, you can't control when your pain comes in or when you're feeling fatigued. So you need to find a job that's flexible in that way, and I'm still looking for that. That's one of the reasons why I looked into social media and trying to find something in that field because it's more I feel more of a flexible field. And so that is my things for today. And also another thing today is just today came out that the lawyers for the Trayvon, for George Zimmerman, his lawyers dropped him as a client, which what I found was interesting. We've seen that he put up a website for him to garner financial for his finances to keep his lawyers, and they actually dropped him his case after he after he put up that website to where noticed that he actually can't pay his lawyers. So I thought that was kind of funny that they would wait to actually for him to put up a website asking for money before they actually decided to release him as a client, stating that he was not in contact with them since Sunday, and that's only two days. That he hasn't returned his phone call since Sunday, and today's Tuesday. So I thought that was kind of curious that they actually how quickly they dropped him as a client. So we'll see where that's going next. Of course, the state attorney dropped it, so they won't actually have a jury trial. She's going to determine the case herself, and she said she'll notice have something for us between 72 hours on the actual to see what's going on with that. So that's going to be interesting as far as the Trayvon Martin case goes. And let us know your feelings. Let me know how you're doing. Also, if you're feeling bad, you just want to talk to someone, I am on Skype. I've opened myself up since I am a peer support counselor. So if you have HIV or you're diabetic or have any mental issues and you just need someone to talk to, I am on Skype now with this webcam that I have. I know it's not very good, but it's what I have right now. And on that note, also too, if you feel like donating, you can go to my website, www.restorecenterforhealthyliving.com, and you can make donations there. Hopefully, they can get me a better webcam in the future. And again, I love all of y'all. Feel free to watch, feel free to share on YouTube, and have a blessed day.